Today we're going to be cooking homemade meatballs, and the best part is they're cooked in bacon grease. Let's get to it. Hey guys, nice to see everybody in the kitchen once again. We have a very special recipe for you guys tonight. Something that's been in my family for many, many years. It's my go-to meatball recipe. We call it Grandpa's Meatballs. The reason it's got its name Grandpa is because there was a gentleman that was in my family for many, many years, and he was known as Grandpa, and he lived in Minnesota. And one day he came out to visit, and he was probably, I'm going to guess, in his early 80s. And he was actually wearing the same apron I'm wearing here today. So in honor of him, I'm wearing this apron. But he came out here with this recipe, and it's really, I know everyone is kind of really glued into their own specific meatball recipe, meatball connoisseurs out there. I don't want to get any emails saying, oh, that's not the right way to make a meatball. I understand we all have our special way of making meatballs, but Grandpa's meatball was something that I kind of clung on to, and it's really not a lot of ingredients, but his secret was, and he said, you can't do it any other way. You have to cook them in bacon grease, okay? So luckily, I save all the bacon grease that we use here. You know, I cook bacon, throw it in here. Sometimes I'll use it for refried beans. But I have like a couple jars of this, so this is how I get rid of it a lot of times, is making Grandpa's meatballs, okay? So what we're gonna do first of all is we're gonna put a bunch of this bacon grease over here in our pan and get that up to a nice hot level, okay? So we're just gonna put it all in here like that. And don't be afraid to use too much. I'm using maybe four big old spoons of this. And we're gonna just put that in there like that. We'll turn the heat on kind of low for right now, okay? Just till we're ready for it. And whatever you do, like I always tell you, keep an eye on that, okay? That stuff overflows outside the pan, catches on fire, boy, you're a goner, you know, and you won't be able to cook your meatballs either. So here's what we're going to do. You want to start off with some ground beef, okay, which we have here. This is about a little bit over a pound. Usually I'll make more than this, but this is what I had laying around. I was hungry for some meatballs, so I just started pulling everything out, and luckily I had everything here in the house. So we have that. To that, we're just going to add a little bit of chopped onions, okay? So however you want to do a small dice, a large dice, it doesn't really matter. The thing is, onions are very important. And as you will see, there's not a lot of ingredients that go into this, okay? A few onions, and a little salt and pepper, a little garlic powder, and an egg, and that's pretty much it, okay? So chop up the old onions like that, okay? Put those in here, and that's all you need so far. So now what we're going to do, let's add a little bit of salt, okay? Salt is always good. A little bit of fresh ground pepper, okay? As much as you prefer, okay? And a little bit of garlic powder, like that. Other than that, you just need one egg, boom. And that's almost everything. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in here with my hands, okay? Because that's just the way I like to do things. So we're going to mix this all up with your hands. You know what? And this is really the only way to really become one with what you're making is you know, going in with the hands. And I can just, the little bit of seasoning that I put in there so far, I can smell it. It's really wafting up into my nostrils right now. So we're mixing this really good. And we're almost complete except for one more thing, okay? So we're gonna set this off to the side. Bread. Bread soaked in milk, okay? So we're gonna use 2 to 3 slices for about a pound of hamburger. So, right, put that in there like that. Let that soak up all the good milk. Don't get it too mushy, but just enough. Flip it over, and then we'll just put it right in here. Break it up in pieces about, oh, that size, okay? Put them in the bowl, like that. Okay, let's do another one. Like this. Just drain it off. And put it in the bowl. That's all there is to it. Let's see. I'll do one more. You know, if you have a piece like this, you know, the end, the heel, go ahead and put that in. We'll just use that up. What the heck? That's good as anything. Okay? Just break it up like that. And probably about inch pieces. You don't have to be fancy schmancy. And then just go in there with your hands like that. Mix it all up good. And that's really all there is to it. So, now you just got to make your meatballs. So here's what we'll do. We're going to put this off to the side, and I'll show you how we do this very easily. I have one of these little scoopers here, just to keep me honest so I kind of know what size I'm using. And I'll just go in there with the meat, so you can see what I'm doing. Go in there like that, and just, this is just the first pass, right? So just make those. And if you want to go bigger, you can go bigger. It's okay. It's not rocket science. So, but this seems to be about the standard size that I like. So we're popping them in here like this, and you'll see what happens. We'll breeze through this really quick. Okay, so that's enough to get us started. I'm going to put that off to the side because you're going to get the idea of what we're going to do here. So here's what happens. I'm going to take these meatballs that I have. I have a little bit of flour in here. And if you have one of these, this is an old Tupperware unit that I had laying around here for a long time. I use it for this and a few other things. When it comes to breading, it's perfect. Okay, so I have flour in here. We're going to add a little bit more salt to this, okay, into your flour mixture. A little bit more ground pepper in here. Like that. Give it a little shake. And then what we're going to do is going to take our meatballs that we already have made, make them more into like a ball shaped like that. So let's see what we have here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have a baker's dozen of meatballs. Okay, so what you can do now is you put this top on here. And if you don't have one of these, obviously you don't have to do this, but the idea is to coat the meatballs evenly in the flour mixture, okay? And this seems to work good for me. Let's give it a little twist, okay? And there you go. And as you can see, they're coated perfect. They're like little snowball cookies, don't they? But these are beautiful. So the only thing left to do is to fry these over there. So as soon as that grease gets hot, we're going to take these over there and fry them up. Okay, now as you're putting them in there, be very careful of the spattering grease. Okay? And this is all bacon grease right here now. Like I said, we have about 13 of them in here. You can just hear the sizzle, right? Beautiful. So we're just going to let them fry a couple minutes. You would normally think with meatballs, you usually go spaghetti meatballs, right? Grandpa, not the way to serve these things, okay? Two things. You got to cook them in the bacon grease, and second of all, he would serve them on a bed of noodles, okay? And no sauce, butter. So butter on the noodles and ground beef cooked in bacon fat. Okay, so let's go ahead and give these a flip over. That's good, just like that. Okay, little golden brown. These smell amazing. That's all I can tell you. Okay, these look to be done, so we're going to bring them over here. We're going to drain them off into this paper towel we have here. like this. These smell muy delicioso. And what's good about these is leftovers. You can just eat them the same as I'm going to eat them now. Or you know what? I've made like little meatball sandwiches, which are also good. Just a little Italian sauce. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do a grandpa style, okay? So we have some egg noodles right here. You can see they're steaming, okay? So grandpa would always say, no sauce. No sauce on the noodles. We're going to do butter, okay? So putting some butter on here, like that. It'd probably be best if you buttered them up before you put them on the plate, but you know what? This works too. So there you go. Got a little bit of butter on there. Add your meatballs, one by one, like that. And this is a meal. I can't wait. I can't wait to chow down on this. And there they are. That's a meal. That is a meal. I don't care what you say. And there you have it. Grandpa's Meatballs. What's not to love? Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's Tom, and thanks so much for stopping by the Real Food YouTube channel. If you liked the video, just hit the like button down below, and also hit the subscribe and that little notification bell so you know next time we post a video. See you soon.